Zambia's #1 betting brand is bigger and better than ever. It's time for you to get back in the action with Bolabet. Check out our brand new website at bolabet.co.zm or visit any of our branches countrywide. We know you think you're the biggest fan, but are you prepared to bet on it?
Bigger and better than Bolabet. #1 betting brand, bigger and better than Bolabet.
Bolabet. Prove you know the game.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the Bolabet Chat Show, brought to you courtesy, of course, of bolabet.co.zm. I'm your host. My name is Alif Kalipinde, aka DJ Alkal, and I'm here with my usual partner in crime, this Pancharello Chama. Punch, how you doing, bro?
I'm good, Alif. I'm good.
It's just the two of us today.
Yeah. We're riding, we can't say solo shotgun.
Kinda, yeah. Of course, we will be joining our friend. Oh, sorry about that. I can look at that. I can hear myself. Sorry about that. Let me just kill the volume on this one. There you go. All right. So I was saying that our good friend Bwezani Mbewe is in Kitwe. We'll be joining him tomorrow. So we'll be talking about that very, very shortly, as we're going to be watching the ABSA semifinals live in Kitwe on Saturday. And of course, we'll be broadcasting from there tomorrow night and even on Saturday, so that we can give you the full 1-1, the lowdown, as we are going to be like on the ground to talk about the ABSA Cup semifinals. Of course, we'll be talking about the fixtures. We'll be going into more details about that. We'll be talking about some of the managers' ins and out in the MTN Fast Super League, as well as the lower division, which is the city of Lusaka. All this has just been happening this week, so we'll look into that. And we'll also review some of the Europa League matches which are on tonight. We'll also talk about the Champions League matches which were on last night and the night before. Of course, that's very hard for me to talk about.
Tough.
It's
tough
tough.
night.
It's tough, especially if you're a Reds fan. So yeah, we'll be talking about that, and of course, we expect some contribution from you, our viewers. Remember to hit the like button as you're watching us on the Bolabet Facebook page, and to call. The number will pop up on your screen, because we would really like to get your views, your input, your feedback, your tips, your contribution on all the stuff that I said we'll be talking about today, because we really value your opinion and we value your support. So without talking way too much, I also just want to mention that I hope you are registered with Bolabet by now. Just go to the Bolabet website and click on the register icon on the top right of the screen or on your phone, and you could win yourself tonight 100 kwacha free bet that can get you started to win great things. And don't forget also that every time you are a new if you're a new subscriber with Bolabet, you will be entitled to 100% bonus to get you started of up to 1,000 kwacha. 100% of whatever it is that you're going to deposit to start your play with Bolabet, you'll get back 100% of that. So what are you waiting for? Hit that register and be part of the Bolabet, the big Bolabet family. And there's beautiful big things for you to win, which I'll be talking about later in our conversation. Some of the winners that we've been having in the previous rounds, in the previous weeks, people are winning big, Punch. And I nearly won big myself too.
you missed out by just
I think 2 out of 7. So which also meant that I missed out on a cashback. If I had missed out just one, I was going to win back some cashback. I have to check what the chart is between 65, because my odds had gone up to 65. Yeah, so
you love them big odds.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get straight into it. First of all, let's talk about Nkana's game yesterday.
Yeah. Horrible match. Hugely disappointing when it came to, Nkana had taken the lead through Fred Chimenga. And then everything looked to be going...
according to plan.
Yeah, but then
there was an equalizer.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you ended up losing 2-1.
Yeah.
At home. To a team that has not won a match in the
single
MTN
match
Faz
this season.
league. What's happening? How do you lose to a team that's making its first win
in the entire season
against a well-decorated club like Nkana?
I think firstly Kitwe United, it was more like a derby. This was the original Kitwe derby before Power came into prominence. Nkana had this thing with Kitwe United from the 1960s, 1970s. Power only came to prominence like late 1970s. So I think Kitwe United still have that pride to play for. We saw they really also disturbed Power. Power failed to beat them. In fact, Power haven't beaten Kitwe United since in 16 years. 16 years.
That's a long time.
Yes, and Kitwe, it's not that Kitwe United are a better team. They just play, whenever they're playing any of the Kitwe teams, they play. They really, really fight. It's like, even when they beat Nkana yesterday, the players danced. But, you know, Nkana, I think, have got a number of challenges, and one of those is just that the team does not have the players. I think it's been a challenge for some time. Nkana just does not have enough good players in this squad to make the team do well.
Do you think maybe it's the same situation that Liverpool have been facing as well, where maybe even the players maybe are tired because of all the traveling that's going on? Because like even Liverpool's performance this season, a lot of some of the supporters as well as some of the pundits are all rounding it off to fatigue, maybe because you know they've been playing some serious rock and roll football, like heavy metal. When I say rock and roll, I mean like fast on the counter, you know what I mean? Like they don't give you chance on the ball because they're always pressing from the front three to the middle, all the way to the guys in the back, playing a high line and all that kind of stuff. Do you think also Nkana have got similar challenges, which is one of the reasons? Because they've been representing in the ABSA Cup, in the CAF Confederations Cup, and then of course they have to come and play, and then they had all these games that they had to catch up with on the MTN Faz Super League. Do you think all this stuff could have been also contributing factors, plus losing one of their key players?
In the CAF Confederations Cup, I think, yes. I think the loss of Nkana's Idris Mbombo he really used to push the team. He was a guy like do or die. So every time the club is playing, he's going to score. If you saw the last 10 matches when he left, before he left, he scored a lot. He scored in quite a number of the games. Then you make a comparison with Nkana's last 10 matches now, and you find that Nkana strikers have only managed to score in the last three of the 10 matches. That's a very poor return for strikers. And Nkana this is what I believe. Nkana need to go out there, and they need to find better strikers. Or the strikers who are there at Nkana need to rise to the occasion, which I don't think will happen. So I think Nkana need to go out there and buy better
reinforcement.
Yes, this could be now, because there are a lot of players who may be on free transfer. He may be a good striker but available, but maybe also wait till the season end and get those strikers. Otherwise,
so they can plan properly and not just panic buy.
Yeah, and panic buy. Otherwise, the team, and one of the challenges I feel at this Nkana team is that there's been a lot of focus on...
Okay, just hold that thought. Let's take in our first call of the night. Hello? Just push it up. Hello? Oh, just lost that call. Okay, at least we know the phone is working okay. So give us a call on 0977-977-860 if you'd like to contribute. Give us your opinion on our topics for today. And the first topic that we're talking about is Nkana's performance, especially in the MTN Faz Super League, as they lost again in the Kitwe Derby. Let's get that caller in. Hello?
Hello?
Hello, good evening. Your name and where you come from? Hello?
Hello?
I can get you. Can you get me? Can you get me?
Hello?
Yes, I can get you. Can you get me? Hello?
I'm on.
I'm on.
Yes, I'm on.
You can get me?
Yes, I can get you now.
Good. Amon, we're talking about the game, the Kitwe Derby yesterday.
Nkana game.
Yeah, Nkana and Kitwe United. So
Yeah, this is the only.
What
I support Nkana.
you support Nkana?
Yes, I'm a fan of Nkana and Man United.
Oh, okay, interesting. Almost just like Punch.
The problem with Nkana, I think the space.
Say that again.
Yeah, they need to work on the space. The space is not good, and the striker. That's the problem with Nkana affecting.
Which player would you like to see come to Nkana that you're aware of that could be on the market? Which player would you like to see come to Nkana?
I'm not getting the question.
Which player would you like to see come to Nkana?
The player who
Which player would you like to see Nkana buy?
the player who played the game against people.
Did you get that?
Yeah, the one who scored a goal against for Quito United. That's what I heard.
Okay. Oh, so you'd like to buy from your rivals?
I think
The line. It's like you're somewhere very noisy.
maybe it is possible. And in fact, I would like to buy this guy from Isaac Samjompa.
Oh, from Biltcon.
Isaac Samjomba.
Yeah, in fact.
I think those would be good buys. Those would be very good buys, which would help the team. Otherwise, the team is struggling currently.
Okay. So Amon, and we're going to ask you a question, and it's an easy question, but today we're very generous. We're not really asking you very tough questions. Punch.
No.
So we're just going to ask you for your prediction in the ABSA Cup semi-final on Saturday. Just give us your predictions between give us your prediction between Lusaka Dynamos and Zanaco. Can you tell us what you think the outcome will be between Lusaka Dynamos and Zanaco?
The prediction is Zanaco will win by 2-1.
Okay, Zanaco 2-1.
Zesco will win by Zanaco.
And then Zesco?
Zesco win by 2-0. Yeah, 2-0.
Okay, so 2-1 and 2-0. All right. So you said Amon.
Yes.
Amon, your number again?
0962
0962. Yes.
98
98
82
82
16.
16. So Amon, before you go, Manchester United are in action tonight against Granada.
Yes.
What is your expectation in tonight's game? What do you think the outcome will be?
It's a win.
For Manu?
We win by 4-0.
4-0.
4-0.
That's very.
Van will score, missing Greenwood and Rashford.
I mean, you even know the goal scorers. I like
And
that.
Bruno Fernandes.
And Fernandes. So to be 1-1, no one will get a brace.
I think no one will get it. But I think Bruno Fernandes will get the assist and the goal.
I like the way you think things.
Yes.
Okay, nice one. Thanks, Amon, and congratulations for your 100 kwacha. Good luck with that, huh?
Okay, thank you.
Cheers. Have a good day. Well, that's our first caller. Remember, tonight, not really asking big questions. So even just giving us your opinion could actually get you that 100 kwacha free bet. So let's take in one more before we continue our discussion. Barnabas, let's take in our next caller and find out who's on the line. 0977 977 860. Hello.
Yes, this is Davies.
Davy,
Yes.
you won again in the morning, ka?
Yeah, I won.
He's, as Tamara would say, a loyal follower of Bolabet. He never misses a show, radio or the visual. Davy, last time you told me you support Zesco.
Yes, I support Zesco.
Okay, so we were talking about Nkana. Do you have anything that you'd like to say about Nkana's performance this season?
Yeah, I think the performance, the exit of Mbombo and Mwang has really affected the team. They sold players without replacing them, so I think that's what has affected their performance mostly.
There's something we'll be talking about also. Kelvin Kaindo has been given a forced leave because of the poor performance. Do you think that was a fair decision by the club?
I don't think I can't say it's fair, but I think they're just trying to see, because sometimes you may say it's the team performance and yet maybe there's no good relationship between the manager and the player. So I think the management just wants to try out to see, is it the relationship between the team and the manager, the player and the manager, or what? But I think that's why they've just given him 3 weeks.
Yeah, 3 weeks,
Yeah, just a 3 weeks, just to see in that case, is it going to improve? Like, are the results going to improve? So they are just trying out to see if is it the relationship or what, or it's the squad itself.
Okay.
Something they're just trying it out to see where the problem is.
Okay. Last time I also asked you one more question. I had asked you about Zesco, that will they retain the title this season again? Do you still feel the same way?
On just winning the title?
Yeah, MTN Fire Super League.
Yeah, they'll definitely win. And taking that in Zanaco, they even lost yesterday. So the chances of winning the league has
become slimmer for Zanaco.
They have.
Sorry?
Yeah. One last thing before we let you go. Zesco United, Konkola Blades. What would be what's your prediction?
I think Zesco will win by 3-1.
3-1,
Konkola Blades, it's a good side, yes, but they will lose to Zesco 3-1.
Nice one. Okay, Davey, I already have your number, okay? Because you gave it to me this morning when he won his 50 kwacha. What about in Europe? Do you have a team that you follow?
It's Manchester United.
Yeah. What's your prediction tonight's game against Granada? Amon thinks it's going to end 4-0.
Yeah, but I think it will be 3-0. I think that I heard that Rashford has got he needs the training today, so he won't participate. So I think a 3-0 will do for us.
Okay, you guys are very overconfident. Right. So your bet tonight, you're going to go for a direct Manchester win with 2+ goals combo, or just a direct win?
I think I'll try a combo. I think you've been winning on combos. I want to follow the steps. Nice.
You're a big player in the Bolabet. Before you go, do you play combos a lot or mostly double chances? What's your strategy? Which strategy do you like to play?
Sorry, come again?
Which strategy do you like to play when you're playing your betting types? Do you like to play the combos or direct bets or double chances or goals?
I like going for direct and goals.
Because the odds are higher?
Yeah, over and under. But I think if I want to try the combos, you've been winning a lot in combos. And I've been following you.
Okay. Handicap, have you ever tried handicap?
Handicap, not yet.
Okay, but you know how it works?
Yes. For example, they would say maybe today Manchester versus Granada, the underdog or the weaker team will be given an upper hand, so maybe.
Nice. This guy really deserves his 100. No, you really deserve your 100 kwacha free bet, Davey. Thank you so much. We've got your number, and all the best in the games at the ABSA Cup semi-final and also in the Europa with Manchester United. Okay. All right. Good night. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Barnabas, for that. Okay, we're going to talk a bit, then we'll take in another 2 calls. We're going to give away 6, so that's 2 down. We still have 4 to give away. The phone is ringing, so just bear with us. Hold your fire for now. I had stopped you in your line of thought. Of course, I liked some of the contribution from Amon, who said that he also feels maybe losing your key player, was one of the key elements that came in. But he also complained about the defense. Do you also agree that defense needs a lot of work?
We kind of conceded quite a number of goals this season. So just 20 games and way more than 20 goals. You can see that the defense is struggling, and it's a challenge. There needs to be a defensive partnership which needs to come through. So I think maybe finding a new center back or the new whichever coach is going to come in, seeing which partnership can work. because it seems that Jimmy Zingai, they brought him, he hasn't been consistent. The only one I think is Richard Okran, the youngster Moses Nyondo. He's messed up, especially continental matches. He's shown that it's not yet his time to play a lot of these crucial continental matches. He still needs to improve a lot. And that's why it's cost Nkana, because I think when the Nkana lost Musa Muhammad, he was the player who was really, really doing a lot in terms of defense. But since then, Nkana hasn't had too many consistent defenders who are coming in. And another thing which we should know is that a lot of people will be like, oh, they need to promote a defender from young Nkana to come. That's not how defenders work. Defenders, there's no defender who's young who becomes world class. Yeah. You only become world class by gaining experience. Being a veteran. So there are very few defenders who 22 years old, 21 years old, world class. Because it's all about gaining the experience. And so even any young kind of defender who's going to come through, he's going to make a lot of mistakes. So that's why you feature a lot of the youngsters over a long period of time. And then they gain the experience, then they become confident, then they become exposed. But currently, right now, it's a difficult situation.
An issue that we're about to talk about is Kelvin Kaindi. But before we delve into that, we already got some of the opinions from some of our callers that we've gotten from Amon and David. Fanuel says, finally waiting to win, Lolo. That's Fanuel. Yeah, Fanuel. That's probably calling, we don't know. But it's just like Bolabet. It's a chance. If you get through it will be by a game of chance. Victory Kunga said, Mwanidiela Ndalama Yanga. And then we have Saint Felix Mlenga, who says, I have registered, but I'm still waiting to receive my 5 kwacha free bet. All right, we'll have our guys look into that one. I'm sure they've already responded to him, actually.
Victor, I think I saw the comment. It's important to note that people should play for fun. Yeah. So play for fun. That we emphasize. That we emphasize, and that Bolabet emphasizes a lot as well.
Yeah, I remember. I actually always mention it as well on radio. This is just something that you should do, like by the way, like a hobby. It shouldn't be a profession. It shouldn't be something you take too seriously. It shouldn't be something where you're going to go and bet your car or a house or stuff like that. It's supposed to be something that you play when you have some spare money that you can try your luck on to see if you can double it or multiply it. Like the way I play the roulette game on virtual games. You know, like every time I would start small. I would start maybe with a 5 kwacha. Then I get to 100. I will withdraw my 90 kwacha and start again with a 10 kwacha. And then I start from there. You know what I mean?
Like for me, I have like a budget of like 20 kwacha or 10 kwacha per day. Yeah. So depending on if I'm free, I'll play some bets. If I'm busy, then I won't. Then I'll do it. Yeah.
So don't like start putting your entire savings on a match. Because if you lose, I mean, seriously, even we actually feel bad. Because it's supposed to be a game. It's a game. It's not supposed to be something that should be change your life from good to bad. It's supposed to be something that can change your life from good to better. Okay. All right. So let's get back to some of the comments that we've been reading. Mukubesa says, Victory Kunga, the decision was yours for making the ticket. Malak Sinyenda says, I'm winning tonight. Malak, we hope that you'll be able to call and get through. I know the phone has been ringing from the get-go, but we have to cover everything before we can take in your calls. Simvu Kachana says, what is the number to call? If at all today, there will be an answer. Okay, so we have, Magaba Hezo says, how can I get a Bolabet t-shirt? Okay, someone wants a Bolabet t-shirt. Okay, Magaba, we'll see if we can give away, because we've got some t-shirts that have not been collected. So we'll take it that people are forfeited, because it's been a month now that they haven't been collected in the Punch. Yeah. They haven't collected up to now, so we'll just have to say they're forfeited. Okay, so those are some of the comments. Remember to hit the like button as you're watching us on the live stream, and of course remember to share this video as well. We'll be taking in some more calls in the next 5 minutes or so. Let's now talk about Kelvin. What's your take on it, about them giving him a forced leave of 3 weeks?
I think
On the grounds that the results have been very poor, especially on the MTN Fast Super League front.
I think it's not the coach. Manfred Chavinga, when he left, he complained about the players. Then came even the acting coach who's returned, Kaunda Simond, and he says that, you know what, in Ghana we just don't have enough good players. So even if you're going to change the coach, you're not going to change much, because the type of players that Nkana have, look, the strikers have only managed 3 goals in 10 matches. 3 goals in 10
But
matches.
how many chances were created?
They missed a lot of... Now, the majority of players... In fact, the player who's been scoring is a winger. Sometimes he plays as like number 10, but it's Fred Chimenga, who a lot of plays in the wing, you know, runs a lot. But the strikers, the guys who are supposed to be in the middle, are missing. And you wonder, are these guys taking time to practice, or are they just coming and playing? And I think this is what separated Idris Mbombo, Walter Walia from the strikers the team has currently, because they are not willing to push. They're not willing to put that extra effort.
Yeah. No one wants to come to shine.
Yes, so you can't blame the coach. You can't blame the coach for the losses. I know maybe probably he was disappointed, but there's nothing that he can do. There was speculation that I think a week or 2 ago, maybe he may have at a certain point in time almost thrown in the towel. I don't know whether that's true, but that was the speculation. And that's maybe the players like almost pleaded with him that, no, don't go. Can you remain? Because everything had been tried and things were not working out. And this is a tough situation for Nkana, but I don't think a change of coach will change much. Okay.
We'll be taking in the calls in a very, very short while. David Kasichila says, following and enjoying the show as usual. I have registered. Still waiting to receive my 5-kwacha free bet. I'm sure it will come very, very shortly. Guys are always working around the clock to make sure that they deliver on time. So we'll be taking in calls very, very shortly. Now, another thing that I wanted to also talk about, speaking of coaches ins and coaches out, City of Lusaka also appointed Isaac Chancer now as their new head coach after they've parted ways with the head coach Veselin Jelosic. What's your take on that one? Do you think it's a good move?
Surprise parting of ways by City. I thought he would stay till the end of the season, but it seems from the statement which City released, he had personal issues, so he was going back home to deal with those personal issues. The arrival of Isaac Chancer, I think I like it in one part. He's a young coach, and I suspect, this is just my suspicion, I suspect that possibly Middleton Davies, who's otherwise known as Micho, the Zambian national team coach, I think he had a hand. This is just my suspicion. I think he may, and why I think that is because Micho and Vasilin Jelosic are both Serbian. So obviously, you know, if you've seen the way, especially football-wise, that Serbians tend to be very close. I've seen some of them in the Zambian league who've come here, and I think they take each other's advice. And I would suspect that maybe when he was leaving, this is Vasilin Jelosic, maybe City asked him that, who do you think can come here? So Vasilin possibly may have done his consultations together with Micho and said that, Micho said that, I think Isaac Chancer is good, because Isaac Chancer is under Micho at the Zambia national team. He's one of the assistants there, but Isaac Chancer obviously was also at Forest Rangers. So this is just my suspicion, because the link between Isaac Chancer and City of Lusaka seems too abrupt. Exactly, because for one, Isaac Chancer he did play for Zanaco, but he's not really known as a Lusaka football player. He started his football at Power, then went outside, then came back. He played a bit for Forest. He played for Zanaco, but throughout his career, he's always been known because he started his football career at Power. So the link to move to City, where he's never played, no link with them, was just a surprise. So I think that may explain it. Is it a good deal?
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask. Do you think he's going to deliver better?
I think he will. I think but there are two parts. You know, he's young, he's inexperienced. Maybe he's got a lot of ideas.
And maybe it might also psych up the players.
Yes, it might also psych up the players if he goes there.
Yeah, because usually, like in most teams, even Chelsea had that mentality of always, even if the coach just won a trophy the last season, regardless what trophy it is, whether it's Champions League, Premier League, or the FA Cup, they would still, throw the hammer in just the first 3, 4, 6 months of the next season.
Yes.
Depending on their performance, they wouldn't give the guy a chance to finish the season. And then every time they would change the coach, you would see a complete U-turn by the players. Like they would start really playing very, very well, and they would be back on track. The same thing happened with Tuchel when he took over this season from Frank Lampard. Look at how they're playing now. They've even overtook Liverpool and were contending. And they look like they've almost completely secured top 4. Do you think maybe that could also be something that could actually play in favor of City of Lusaka? I know we will be having Justin Palmer, of course, who's City of Lusaka manager, who will come and talk in detail about that. And he also congratulated Jelusic for his time at City of Lusaka. I was speaking to him today in the morning when he passed through. So he says, no, I'll definitely come and talk about it. But right about now, he couldn't. So he will come and talk about it next time we have him. But do you think that is one of the maybe objectives that they had, that maybe bringing someone fresh, it might freshen up the players as well?
I think so. I think that's the idea. A young coach with who's under Vasilin Jelusic, who's under Micho Wabai. I think that from the look of things, every time Isaac may have a little bit of a challenge with the team, because he's with the national team as well, he'll go to Micho and say, look, I've got this problem, can you help me provide a solution? What do I do? And I think that is what City of Lusaka will play on. However, I think a little bit of a disadvantage is that most of our Zambian our Zambians, they're coaches, they're not managers, and we've got very few managers. Maybe among the managers, I think is George Rwandamina. George Rwandamina is a manager. He's not really a coach. What's the difference? The difference is that a coach is someone who's going to look at the team, and then he's going to say, he gives directions. He tells the player, oh, this is what you do on the pitch. Run this side. Oh, you should stand here and hit the ball. He looks at some of the tactical issues. A manager is someone who's going to look at all parts of the club. It's going to say that, okay, we have 25 players in our squad. Which of these players do I think in the next season are not ready to play for the team? Let's look at the youth team. He coordinates with the youth team. He tells the youth team that, youth, we've got a problem in terms of our strikers. Our strikers are not scoring headed goals. Is there a player among the youth players who scores headed goals? Then the youth coaches will say, oh, there's one guy, and then but he's a midfielder. So the manager will say, let's turn this guy into a striker. So can we start this? Then they sit down with the coach. Let's start this training. Want to turn this guy into a striker. So the manager also now is observing what's happening with the youth players, and he's seeing. Then says that, okay, by week 20, this youngster from the youth team, we want to promote him. There's a game, we'll be playing a weaker team. And
so the manager develops players.
He not just develops, he looks at the whole club.
Yeah.
You look at the whole club. He's got influence in transfers, and all these aspects. Not that coaches don't, but a coach is more
focused on the main team.
The main team, and more focused on tactics of a match and preparing for the match. A manager is even involved in terms of the financial aspect, to say that, okay, I want to bring in this striker. He understands the budget, and I feel that we don't have many managers.
And Isaac Chancellor in this one plays more the coach role.
Yes, and City of Lusaka, I think potentially they're talking about being a dominant force in Zambian football and in African football. You need a manager.
All right, we've got some more coming here. David Kasichela says, following and enjoying the show as usual. Biggie Sola says, next time the free bet, you should be even choosing the best losers too, like us who get everything wrong. Last time I gave Liverpool, but Madrid won. Then I gave Madrid and it ended 0-0. Same with PSG. Sorry about that, Biggie, but remember, you always have to keep trying, and eventually you will actually succeed. Okay, that's how the game rolls. All right, so I'll give it just a few more minutes before we can take in. Maybe we just go ahead and do it now. Let's take in our next few callers before we talk about the ABSA Cup. We've got another call on the line. Hello? 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 Yeah, your line is very faint. Can you speak up? Hello? We can't hear you. Okay, let's take in another caller, because you could barely hear him, right? Let's take another call on 0977-977-860. You should be able to see the line on the screen. 0977-977-860. Hello?
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Who's on the line?
Michael?
Michael, how are you?
Fine, how are you?
Good. Michael, we were just talking about, Kelvin Kaindu has been given forced leave for 3 weeks because of the current run that Nkana have had. Do you think that is a wise move by the club?
Pardon?
Do you think Nkana have made the wise decision to give their coach forced leave?
The right what?
Forced leave. Michael, which team do you support in the MTN Fast Super League?
I'm for Zanaco.
You're for Zanaco, so you don't pay attention to other teams.
I do.
Okay, so
yesterday I was watching Nkana.
Yeah, yes, and they lost 2-1, ka?
Yes.
What do you think? Okay, let me change the question. What do you think is happening, Nkana? What's wrong? What are they doing wrong?
With the game they played yesterday, I think they'll be relegated.
Yeah, it's looking bad.
Yeah, even Punch actually agrees with you.
Not relegated, but it's looking bad.
Okay, what do you think they need to do though to change things around?
Pardon?
What do you think they need to do to change things around? Because they've given their coach forced leave for 3 weeks. Do you think that is going to help them turn things around?
What?
The team. What do you think they need to do to turn things around for them to start winning games?
I don't really know. The way they played yesterday.
It's very difficult.
You don't even know what they can do to fix things.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. What is your prediction for the ABSA Cup semifinals this weekend?
For which year?
Let's start with the Lusaka Dynamos Zanaco. What do you think? Which team do you think is going to win?
Dynamos and Zanaco.
Yeah.
I'm a Zanaco fan.
Yeah. You're not sure about this one? You think Lusaka Dynamos will beat you guys?
Lusaka Dynamos 2, Zanaco 1.
Wow. He's very
confident.
No, as in he's a Zanaco fan, but he believes Lusaka Dynamos are going to hammer them.
Make a prediction.
No man, yeah,
he has to go with the not with the heart, but
yeah, that's good. You're going with your head, not your heart, eh?
Pardon?
I'm saying you're going with your head, not your heart. Why do you think Zanaco won't be able to pull an upset? Why do you think your team won't be able to beat Lusaka Dynamos?
Because they lost yesterday.
Because of they're on a losing streak?
Yes.
Zanaco. I think they've done well.
Okay.
No.
Okay. All right. Michael, what's your phone number?
1971
0971
44
44
22
22
48.
48. Okay, thank you so much for coming through. Today we're not asking questions, we just want your contribution and you get yourself your 100 kwacha. All right.
Thank you. I was even expecting a tough question.
No, Milo. Okay, then cheers. Bye-bye. All right, so congratulations to Michael, Amon, and Davy. They've won themselves free bets of 100 kwacha. Today, we're just really taking it nice and easy on everyone. And time is flying. We've only got 19 more minutes. So let's take in another call. Then we discuss a few more things, and then we'll take in our last tour. Let's take in another call, Barnabas. Hello?
Hello.
Your name and where are you calling from?
I'm calling you from Chipata.
From Chipata?
Yes, Fano.
Nice. Fano, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I read your comment saying lelo ni wina lelo.
So question
Lelo eve kulibena ma question hapa wawina kudala. But tufuna cheti mbele ko kuliwe. Pali nkani ya wa nkana.
Wangana.
Do you follow Nkana football team?
Yeah.
Which team do you support?
I support Zanaco.
Zanaco. Oh, just like Michael. Michael also, the one who just called, also supports Zanaco. In fact, before we talk about Nkana, well, Zanaco are playing in the ABSA Cup, semi-finals. What are Lusaka Dynamos? Michael thinks that Muzalus. Do you agree? Michael says that Muzalus are Zanaco kuri ba Lusaka Dynamos per Saturday.
Okay, bora that no cosa, but okay.
Now Vomera.
It's a tough man.
Not good, but the Zanaco are doing a bit. I'm going to play for.
Isn't this one going to go to penalties if
not going to boot, but I have confidence that I'm going to.
If you end up with a penalty, do you think Zanaco wangawina ngati end up with a penalty?
My penalty is better to boot.
No, same.
They're tricky.
Okay. Okay, your last major question. Wankana, what do you think wafunika kuchita kuti vintu vitembenuke?
Wankana come again?
That kuti vintu vitembenuke Wankana, what do they have to do? Wafunika kuchita chan?
Actually, I think the primary to pass a coach league maybe a crowd. So let them try. The 2 weeks have been given to the coach. We see if they're going to improve or something else.
Okay. Okay. All right. You want to ask Fano or anything?
No, I think he's...
Okay. No, thank you so much for your contribution, Fano. We appreciate it. Congratulations. Wow, 100. Does that to me that number or foot in chat? What's your phone number again?
0979
097 097 097 9 then 700
332
332. Okay, thanks, Fano.
Thank you.
Cheers. Okay, so that's 4 down, 2 more, Barnabas. So that's 4 and 2 more, but we'll take in our last two callers towards the end of the show. Let's now talk about the ABSA Cup that we're going to watch live. So we're traveling tomorrow morning. Punch and I are going to join Boyzan, who's already in Kitwe, and we'll be creating a ticket from one of the stores in Kitwe tomorrow. And of course, remember you can watch it on the same platform on the Bolabet Sports Betting Zambia Facebook page. And we'll be in store in Kitwe. We'll post on which store that we're going to be tomorrow. So be sure to watch the space and see what ticket we're going to come up with. Then on Saturday, we're going to watch the games live. That's the Lusaka Dynamos and Zanaco, as well as the Zesco and the Konkola Blades game, where the Lusaka Dynamos are playing at 12:30, whereas the second game will kick off at 15 hours. So we'll also post something from Saturday from the grounds on Saturday. All right, so be sure to watch this space on the Bolabet Facebook page. And yeah, you know, make sure you hit the like button and share so that everybody else can see what we're going to get up to over the weekend. So let's talk about it, huh? You've heard the opinions by some of the Zanaco fans themselves are not very confident going into this game. What's your take?
We have to. Zanaco and LD played just this past weekend, so that even makes this a really juicy and appetizing match, because they played on Saturday, where Zanaco managed to beat LD 2-1. But we have to remember that in the first leg of this tie in the league, LD hammered Zanaco. So this will be the third match between the two teams this season. For Lusaka Dynamos, they'll be hungry to get in. And Zanaco, as the caller said, the previous caller, Michael, says Zanaco are coming from a loss. They were beaten by Young Green Eagles. In fact, when he mentioned loss, I completely forgot that they were beaten yesterday by Young Green Eagles. Because I was remembering the win over Lusaka Dynamos. They were beaten by Young Green Eagles. So Zanaco are not looking consistent. Now some people say, the reason why is because they are looking at the cup competition. They want to say that at least let's win something. Because if it's coming to the league, I don't think Zanaco will catch up to Zesco. So maybe they decided not to be very strong when it came to Young Green Eagles. So they just said that, let's not take this match as very seriously because we've got an important match on Saturday. But still, LD are very, very dangerous. Something interesting about Zanaco is that they've played in the final a lot of times, more than most teams, but they've also lost a lot of times. So they've lost 3 finals, all to Zesco United. So they'll be coming up again and wanting to reach the final
to redeem themselves.
And they were hammered last year, the last ABSA Cup. That was in 2019. I think it was 4-1. Was it 3-1 or 4-1? Yes. Where Lazarus Kambola, I think it was Kambola's last match at Zesco before he left to go and join Kaizer Chiefs. And Jesse Warrior scored. I can't just remember the other scorer. So Zanaco were beaten and they want to get back to the final. But they're facing an LD side who haven't reached a cup final since 2008. So it's going to be a very interesting match at 12:30. I wish future years they would be doing the kickoffs later, like 15 hours, and maybe the later one at 18 hours. Because I think there will be a lot more excited. But however, it's still going to be
I'm actually very excited. I've never actually watched a live game in the Copper Belt before. Only just here in Lusaka. So I'm super excited to see the atmosphere and of course the performance from both teams. Although personally, from the statistics, I'm still going to go with Zanaco because a lot of people, because they're judging them on just their last game. But I think they will still come into this game and probably, just advance to the final by getting one over Lusaka Dynamos. That's my personal view. Reading some of the comments here, Winnie Winston says, what's the number? The number is 0977-977-860. Write it down somewhere. 0977-977-860. Sanico says, following from Kitwe, we're coming to Kitwe tomorrow. So we hope you'll be there to welcome us when we land. Amon Mulenga, I think that's Amon who just won himself 100 kwacha tonight, says, I think Isaac Chansa would deliver at City of Lusaka. If you look at what he has achieved when he was a player, he won the Africa Cup. With that experience, he can deliver. That is my opinion on Isaac. Then he says, if you did not get my number, here's my number again. Okay, thank you so much for that. Maurice Musenga says, how do I unlock the 70 kwacha which is blocked? I think the technical guys will definitely reply to your posts, Maurice. Thank you so much for that. Kingsley English Machaka says, good evening to everyone. Good evening to you too, Kingsley. Thank you so much for hitting the like button on the stream. Okay, so those are some of the comments that we're getting. So your final prediction in the Lusaka Dynamos Zanaco.
It'll go to penalties, and then from there, I don't know. I don't want to. Penalties are unpredictable, but I think it's going to go to penalties.
And you're going for Lusaka Dynamos?
I'd like to say, but I want to be fair.
You want to be on the fence?
I want to be fair. So I don't know who is going to go to after penalties.
You know, I'm going to be biased about the next game. I think Zesco are definitely going to win. Oh, why? Konkola Blades. They'll shred them.
2-0, 3-0.
Yeah, I also actually think it will be a one-sided match where Zesco will be throwing everything at Konkola Blades, and they won't see what's coming, and they'll probably just go into this game to defend and hopefully go to penalties. That's what I'm thinking. Okay, so that's the Zesco United versus Konkola Blades. We have 9 more minutes, but I think we can also now talk about the Champions League. So Liverpool have been knocked out of the Champions League again by a Spanish team back to back. Last time again they were knocked out by Real Madrid in the final, and then previously I think they were knocked out again by Atletico Madrid. Before I actually say what I think about Liverpool, what do you think is your opinion? What do you think has been the Achilles heel in Liverpool's performance in the Premier League and in the Champions League this season?
No, it's no surprise. Injuries. It just shows how influential Van Dijk was in the team, that he's not available and the team suffers like that. So I don't think it's surprising that this Liverpool team has had these challenges, and in terms of after missing just 3-4 key players, that they are not as consistent. And it also shows that at Liverpool, a lot of people were thinking that the most important players were
the front three.
Yeah. It seems like it's more about the
defense. Yeah, Van Dijk, Matip, Joe Gomez. I mean, these are international players, and these were the rock that made sure that they conceded some of the fewest goals in the past 2 seasons. The season where they won the Champions League first, and then of course the last season where Liverpool won the Premier League was the season where, but already this season they've already conceded more goals, and it's only 30 games in. They've conceded more goals than they did last season, which goes to show you that things have been really, really bad at the back for Liverpool. And, well, because of that, I think is one of the reasons why they found themselves. But it still doesn't explain how they could go, how they could go 6 games in a row on a losing streak at Anfield. I think it was
unbelievable.
Yeah, it's shocking. It was almost like they threw in the towel. Like completely.
But I think Klopp talked about it. Says that there was no atmosphere in the stadium.
Yeah,
the fans were
because
not
of
there.
COVID.
It did affect. But when you looked at when they played Real Madrid, you sort of felt even from the first leg that even if Real Madrid have not been that perfect in La Liga, you sort of felt that Liverpool wouldn't, because Real Madrid, they've got players who you can see who they're going to call up on. Vinicius is doing very well. Benzema also comes in and scores the odd goal or two. So it becomes easy for them. Yeah.
Whereas for Liverpool, they've got no one on the bench who they can really call on.
And even Sane, he's not been the same Sane since for some time. I think for the last 2 months, he's not been.
Yeah, the Man City Sane. Is it Leroy Sane?
Oh no, sorry, I meant Sadio Mane.
Oh, Mane.
He's not been Sadio Mane.
Actually, it's not just Sadio Mane. All the front three last night. I watched that game last night.
It's not. I think Salah has been better over the course of the last 2 months.
But Salah was the biggest culprit last night.
Sadio has not been.
He hasn't been.
He's not been
looking like a healthy, fit player, creative, and all that Real Madrid wanted to buy last summer.
I think
since he got COVID and then recovered, he has never really recovered.
Yes,
you know what I mean. he plays like a player who had a very big injury, like a very, very serious injury, and now he's scared to get re-injured. That's how he has been kind of playing.
But it just shows you that maybe those are the effects which COVID have, which we may not know that athletes are, because I read somewhere, but this isn't obviously, but I read somewhere that the effects of COVID sometimes when you've had it can be there for a long time, and if you're an athlete, I think it affects you more because you need, especially if you, as an athlete, you need to have mastered certain breathing techniques and all those things. But at the same time, I think that he is going to come good. It's just that he's been 2 months. It's quite a long time for you not to get into your stride, because there was a man who would score 2 goals in a game. He would pop up and create an assist, but he's not doing any of that.
No.
In fact, Jota is the more
reliable player now in terms of finishing. And all front three, Firmino especially has been a big culprit the entire season. Salah last night, the biggest in that game, because he had 2 great chances. Like, it was much easier for some of those for him to score than to lose, than to miss. So it was very, very disappointing. But we can go on and on talking about Liverpool. But let's also talk about Arsenal. They're up against Slavia Prague tonight, and they've been really, really struggling in the Premier League. Do you think Arteta may be the wrong person at the helm?
No, I think he's okay. They need to give him a project. I think today
he needs more time.
Yeah, but today Arsenal may be eliminated, because Slavia Prague eliminated Leicester. They managed to beat Leicester. They managed to eliminate Glasgow Rangers, both British clubs. And then when they played Arsenal, a lot of people were thinking that, Arsenal are going to win. But then they shocked Arsenal. This is a good team, Slavia Prague. It's not the Slavia Prague of 2008 that Arsenal beat 7-0.
Yeah.
It's a new
revamped, reinforced team.
And it just shows that the gap between the leagues, like the top leagues, it's reduced between like the English Premier League, because Dynamos Zagreb, they knocked out Tottenham Hotspurs, and now all of a sudden Slavia Prague want to knock out Arsenal, and just shows that there are a lot of the top teams in these much smaller leagues can compete with some of the best teams. It may not be the whole league of the Czech Republic that can beat Arsenal, but maybe just the 2 or 3 top teams can really trouble some of the best teams in England. And I think that Arsenal may find it tough going today.
Especially with the 1-1 aggregate, because Slavia already have that away goal. They just have to prevent Arsenal from scoring, and they're through. Okay, so we're going to take in the call 0977-977-860, as we've only got 2 more minutes to wrap it up. Manchester United also are up against Granada. Manchester United going into this game with a 2-0 aggregate. Roma are also in action, going against Ajax with a 2-1 aggregate. Villarreal will take on Dynamo Zagreb. Villarreal are leading this one with a 1-0 aggregate. Let's take in our next caller. Hello? Hello? Can you speak up? Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Yes, can you hear us?
Martin.
Hi, Martin, how are you?
Oh, good, and you?
Fine, thanks. Martin, which team do you support?
Hello?
Which team in Europe do you support?
I'm Chelsea.
You're a Chelsea fan?
Yeah.
Okay. I was going to ask him something about Europa, but they're in the Champions League. So Chelsea have managed to qualify, and they'll be playing PSG in the semi-finals of the Champions League.
Playing against Real Madrid.
Hello?
Playing against Real Madrid.
Yes, they're playing against Real Madrid,
City.
So, do you think you guys are going to be able to beat Real Madrid to go to the final?
I think we win by penalty.
Can you hear?
It said a win going into penalties, I think.
Your line is very bad, Martin.
Hello?
Can you speak up?
Hello?
Yeah, I was saying, you're saying what about Real Madrid and Chelsea?
That's a tough game,
Okay.
but no, we know what penalty.
Ikaenda mapenalty ndipo wanga win.
Because we know there's no course.
Okay, but Thomas Tuko, Momuona Bwanji, like he's the right person.
Yeah, but this is not good, but Alice.
Aliche.
Alice.
Okay, sana kuluzinga kwa ma ticket.
Hello?
Sana kuluzinga kwa ma ticket.
Sylvia?
Okay, it's okay. Martin, what's your number?
176. 80.
80.
98.
98.
18.
18. Okay, thank you so much, Martin.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, cheers, bye. All right, let's take in our last call because we've already overshot by a minute now, so that we wrap up after this last and final caller as we give away our last 100 kwacha free bet courtesy of Bolabet. Congratulations to Amon, Davy, Michael, Fanuel, Martin, some of the usual suspects who never fail to take part in the show, and they always get rewarded for it. Remember, you keep following, keep liking Bolabet, and you will be rewarded the same way as these guys who've never missed a show. Always rewarded day in, day out. Let's take in our next caller, probably our last caller. Hello?
Hello,
Hello, your name?
Moses.
Moses, how are you?
Fine, how are you?
Fine, thanks. Moses, where are you calling from?
Pardon?
Where are you calling from?
Mandeo,
Mandevu. Which team do you support in Europe?
Real Madrid.
Real Madrid. Okay, congratulations for beating the Liverpool. You know I'm a Liverpool fan, Carl Moses.
Pardon?
I said I'm a Liverpool fan. Do you guys think you're going to be able to go to the final? Mzakwani Sakuba beating our Chelsea.
Pardon?
Are you going to be able to beat Chelsea
Yeah, of course.
in the semi?
Yes.
Okay. Martin says if it goes to penalties, Chelsea will win. Do you agree?
Pardon?
Martin says that if it goes to penalties, but Chelsea was a win.
It's very much possible to go to penalties.
It's not possible. But look, if it was last night, they drew 0-0 in Liverpool. So it was going to go to penalties if it was the semi-final.
Yes.
So it's possible.
Both Chelsea and Real Madrid. Well, the striking force is not good.
For Chelsea?
Yes.
Do you agree, Punch? He says the striking force for Chelsea is not good enough to take Madrid to penalties.
Hello?
I don't think it will.
Okay, okay, Moses, what's your phone number? Because our time is up, so we just have to let you go. What's your phone number? What's your phone number?
1964
1964
89
89
49
49
37.
4937. The number is 0964 894937.
894937.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much, Moses.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, that's it. Unfortunately, our time is up. We've actually overshot, so we need to wrap it up here. So tomorrow we are traveling. We'll be in the Copper Belt. We'll be in Kitwe, and yeah, remember to watch this space. Watch the Bolabet Facebook page. That's Bolabet Sports Betting Zambia Facebook page, and we will post a video from Kitwe where we will be placing another multi-bet ticket. We'll be talking about the one from last week. Again, we were so close. You know what? I actually think if Boizani was around, that ticket could have come out much different, probably much better.
Yeah.
Because you got 2 out of 3, I got 2 out of 3. Maybe that one that we both lost could have been Boizani's bet, and he could have gotten them correct.
Yeah, it could have been.
Yeah.
It's I think it was an interesting week last week. This week, the ABSA Cup semi-finals, a lot of interesting. Also, congratulations to City of Lusaka for securing the dues. Congratulations to Chomba Mumba, the City of Lusaka Vice President Justin Palmer, the City of Lusaka CEO, for getting the deal with Southern Cross Motors. They got a new bus, albeit it's a second-hand bus, but this is what we want to see in Zambian football. These developments, these sponsorships is very good and very encouraging, and particularly that Bolabet is also associated with the City of Lusaka brand.
Yeah.
I foresee this team being a big team in Zambian football if they continue this way over the next 2-3 years.
Okay. Unfortunately, we have to go. Thank you so much to our winners. Thank you so much to everybody who's been watching us. And thank you so much for hitting the like button. Be sure to join us again next week at the same time for another Bolabet Chat Show. But be sure to keep following this this page. That's the Bolabet Sports Betting Zambia Facebook page. Hit the like button. Watch for the upcoming videos that we'll post this weekend from Kitwe. All right, as we go and analyze the ABSA semifinals games on Saturday. And of course, we will also go check out some of the Bolabet stores in Kitwe, and we will post the videos from there. So be sure to hit that like button and continue supporting us, because we are definitely going to reward you for that. So until next week, it's Bolabet. Prove you know the game.
Zambia's #1 betting brand is bigger and better than ever. It's time for you to get back in the action with Bolabet. Check out our brand new website at bolabet.co.zm or visit any of our branches countrywide. We know you think you're the biggest fan, but are you prepared to bet on it?
Bigger and better than Bolabet. #1 betting brand, bigger and better than Bolabet.
Bolabet. Prove you know the game.